Hey everyone, welcome to Stratele Studios. I'm Chef Castanon. Welcome to another No Pause video reaction and analysis. Today we have a fun one. Thank you, Brian, for making this request. This is Peter Schickele, who is responsible for all the P.D.Q.Bach stuff. If you were ever into that, it's the parody stuff that he did. It's just absolutely hilarious. This is classical rap for Rapmaster and Orchestra. So let's settle into this. Let's hit that play button. Here we go.
Okay, the second one of these charges accuses me of altering the text of a piece called classical rap. Now, it's true that I did make some changes in the spoken part, but I think that doing so was completely justifiable, because classical rap, like much of P.D.Q.Bach's oeuvre, is a piece that was way ahead of its time. It antedates the modern rap song by almost 2 centuries, but like the modern rap song, it is very specific, very topical. It has to do with the problems of living in a particular neighborhood in Vienna at the very beginning of the 19th century. And let's face it, modern audiences just aren't going to understand a lot of the referential nuances and stuff. So I figured that the neighborhood now that most resembles the one P.D.Q. was talking about is the Upper West Side of Manhattan. I mean New York, not Kansas. See, some of the terms used then are still the same, like there was an obscure 18th century English composer named Milton Rabbit who wrote some hip-hop music, and Telemann wrote a lot of house music, but many of the terms are obsolete or have totally different meanings now. So I think that by updating the text, I have enabled modern audiences to respond with the same immediacy, the same frightening physicality, as did P.D.Q.Bach's audience to his seminal quasi-dramaturgical proto-sprechstimmig musical monologue, Classical Rap.
Another playing pool in the background.
So anyway, now hear the sound of the very best rapper for miles around. Yes, I'm the fellow who's where it's at. There's absolutely no denying that. Yes, I'm the apex, I'm the best, I'm considerably better than all the rest. The acme, the zenith, the tippest of the top, the ne plus ultra, the hippest of the hop, the summit, the pinnacle, the highest of the high, the apogee of rappers. That's I.
He's got the bravado, right?
Well, I'm doing pretty well for myself right now. I'm pulling down about 80 thou. My wife makes 40. She's a Vassar grad, and hey, for a woman, that's not half bad. So we're talking 6 figures here, but there's one thing I want to make crystal clear. I have to laugh and I have to scoff when I hear people calling us well off. Anyone who thinks that we're sitting pretty doesn't know what it's like in the big bad city. You gotta buy your apartment, but the mortgage will be a mere pittance compared to the maintenance fee. To get a light bulb changed in the hall takes 27 men. It's a union call.
Hello, the
doorman,
hallelujah.
the mailman, the sanitation crew, the parking attendant, and the cleaning lady too. The super and his helpers, they all get tips. And then we gotta talk about the memberships. The book club, the wine club, the health club fees, the fruit of the month club, and the one for cheese, the opera subscription, the museum and the zoo, the Sierra Club, the ACLU. There's the magazines to which you must subscribe. There's the plumbing inspector that you have to bribe. There's the parking space you have to rent or buy. There's the country house for the month of July. You will never have money. You can never relax with a federal, state, and city income tax, and you can't do your own returns. Oh no, you might end up paying what you owe. Hey, I'm no Bonnie, and I'm no Clyde. I'm just trying to get along on the Upper West Side. Now anyone will tell you that you're a fool if you don't send your kids to a private school, and no one living here would even think of trying to get along without seeing a shrink. A yoga class every other day helps chase the subway blues away, not to mention the blues from the doctor bills and the root canals and the various pills. Your daughter takes flute and dancing too. Your son takes piano, guitar, and kung fu. The baby's allergic to cotton, not silk. The cat can only drink gerbil milk. A babysitter here, if she's got half a brain, can make more money than the governor of Maine. Okay, I know, that's not hard to do, but I think my message is getting through. You got a lot to lose, you got a lot to hide when you're trying to get along on the Upper West Side. On Sundays, to give my wife a treat, the kids and I used to hit the street. We'd grab some donuts and head for the park. Sometimes we wouldn't come back till dark. Well, that was only fair, I freely acknowledge. But hey, now our kids are both in college. Yet here I am, still out on the street, soaking up rain and killing my feet by walking this dog all over the place so my wife can have her precious space. Is this high noon? I'm Gary Cooper, facing the world with a pooper scooper. In New York City, they always say, you can get anything, any time of day. But you're looking at a man who can't get what he wants. Zabar's is out of chocolate croissants. The book review was missing from the Times. The Korean market is out of limes. The pool hall here closed up last week to make room for another ice cream boutique. You don't know a thing about suffering and pain if you haven't tried to catch a taxi in the rain. And you can wait for a bus half an hour or more because they like to travel in gangs of 4. Your folks come to town, you want to take in a show. Hey, you should have bought your tickets a year ago.
That's for sure.
Seeing foreign films was a hobby of mine, but now you pay a fortune to stand in line to get in a theater that seats 29 and listen to Vivaldi one more time.
Scratching a record. I love that.
Well, the time has come to say au revoir. I promised I'd move my sister's car. My end, so to speak, begins with an interlocking theme in the violins. Sounds pretty good, but a little bare. Let's get the violas in there. Now, cellos and basses, in you go. It's time to add the continuo. Well, that's about it. That's how it ends. But remember this, my provincial friends, you may think you're knowledgeable, but you're not. In fact, you don't know diddly squat. So don't go judging carelessly. If you lived here, you'd be just like me. I've got no shame, but I've got my pride. I'm just trying to get along on the upper west side. Upper west Side, upper, 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 west. 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 Side, upper, upper, upper.
Wow, man, that is a lot of fun. This guy's got such a great sense of humor. I gotta say, my favorite part of this is when they were scratching the classical on the vinyl. Oh my god, that is so great. I love how he's putting in these classical themes that are very well known to stay connected, with the audience. And very clever. I mean, obviously, this guy knows his classical music, and he's bringing it to a place of humor and connecting with people. Classical music has been revered as just, very high level. I can just picture Peter Schickele sitting there writing these lyrics out and just thinking of all this stuff, his own experiences, and rhyming them and having so much fun with that. And then saying, oh yeah, then I get to do this with the orchestra. So, a lot of fun. That's great. I haven't heard any P.D.Q.Bach stuff in a long time. I'll have to go back and revisit some of Peter's work, because it's been such a long time, but it's so entertaining. If you haven't checked it out, check his stuff out. I'll put some links in the description if you're interested in Peter Schickele to help you navigate to his stuff. Brian, thank you so much. That was just so entertaining, and not much in the way of analysis. This is just a lot of fun to listen to for everybody. So yeah, thank you for that. All right, come back for more fun. We'll see you next time.